So I got the M70003 here. It's a little bit thicker than the M001. It actually pretty much is the M001. There's not much else different about it really. Same system. It's got a different version of Android on it, however. It's actually got Android 1.7 on it. So there's a few little new features that are pretty good. See, my favorite, YouTube. As you can see, it's a little bit slow, but still, it's not too shabby. And we'll leave that. So we'll just go for the E3, for example. And this one actually plays it. And it's actually very watchable this time. Whereas the M001's YouTube utility was pretty shitty and could only do normal quality. So that's that. Apart from that, there's not many new things about it. It does have a bigger battery. It gets about 5 hours to it. App Store is still the same crap App Store that they've been throwing together with these things. Internet is still the same. Mostly it's the same thing. The unit itself, as I said, has a bigger battery, about 5 hours. But this time takes micro SD and actually just has a standard USB hole in it. Yeah, it's about the same. The only real difference is it looks just like the tiny version of the iPad. And compared to the M001, it's a little bit wider, a little bit shorter, and you could maybe say a little bit thicker as well. Anyway, just a quick look at that. I haven't seen any firmware for this, any custom firmware yet. I'm sure it will come. Most people can't even get this firmware, so I might try to do an image of it or something. Yeah, I do find it a little bit slower than M001, but I'm sure that Motorway will end up getting faster the more it gets used and so forth. It tends to cache and so forth. Anyway, that's it for now. This one cost about $160 opposed to this M001, which is about $130. Same thing. This looks cool. This looks a bit dicky. But these menus and stuff here, like there's a back button, a menu, and a home, are a lot easier than this one, which is just a back button. And to get home, you've got to sort of fiddle around here to try to get the home button pressed. Apart from that, not much else. Obviously wireless, blah blah blah. They do have a model which has a camera in it, but this one it doesn't have it. I don't know why. And apart from that, yep, same thing. When you do power it down, you do get a new option, which is actually pretty cool. So if I press it, yeah, so now we obviously get a silent airplane and we get hibernate, which is actually pretty cool because it just goes straight to sleep. Really low power mode, not like sleep. So I can't just wake it up by pressing that. I've actually got to turn it back on. But when you turn it on, boom, straight back to where you left it. So if you're on the web, it comes on. It takes a little while to get the SD card working, a little while to redetect the wireless, but it's a lot quicker than having to reboot the whole system. Yeah. Have any questions? Go ahead and ask.